Hey, Jake's Lego Corner here with my thoughts on the brand new LEGO Summer 2025 Marvel sets, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Up first, we have Iron Man and War Machine versus Hammer drones, which will retail for $24.99 Canadian, and this set is fine, I guess. It's not the best set. I do think the Hammer drones look kind of odd, and honestly, this might just be me, but I feel like they don't really look accurate to how they should. And this set, I think, should maybe be $12.99, $13.99 at most. Heck, even $19.99 would be fine. But $25 is a bit much. If this set goes on sale, I probably will buy it. If for anything, the War Machine character. But beyond that, I'm not really a big fan. Up next, we have Captain America versus Thanos, which will retail for $44.99 Canadian. And oh my gosh, why are these 4+ sets just increasing in price rapidly? I remember the Iron Man versus Thanos set that came out in like 2023. That set was $30 and everybody thought that was overpriced. And now this one's gone up 15 more. This should at most maybe be a $24.99 Lego set. And the build itself doesn't even look half bad. You know, Thanos has that Mighty Micros gauntlet ship type build for his vehicle, and I'm fine with that. And Captain America's jet looks fine. The side build is kind of iffy. I think it's guarding the Soul Stone. I just think, wasn't really needed. I'm sure kids will like this, but if you're gonna get any set between the two cheaper sets, definitely get your kid the Iron Man and War Machine versus Hammer drones. That set is 10 times better than this, and it is much cheaper. You'll get more pieces, more playability. And honestly, I think it'll be more entertaining for them in the long run. Up next, we have the Avengers Endgame Thor vs. Chitauri set, which will retail for $64.99 Canadian. And honestly, I have a bit of a mixed feelings about this. Half of the set looks great. Like, I love all the Chitauri stuff. That, like, Chitauri Hellhound looks amazing. You get 4 Chitauris and you get 2 gliders for them. That is all great. The minifigs for the heroes are good too, being Rocket Raccoon, an Iron Patriot War Machine, which I'm pretty sure is different from the one in the Iron Man Hall of Armor, which just came out. And then you also get a brand new, at least that I'm aware of, Thor. All of that's good. My main problem lies with the War Machine mech. It's one thing that it's mech, which I feel like could have been its own set, but then it's not as good of a mech as the others. In fact, it looks really short. The legs and arms feel very disproportionate to what it should be. And it's missing a shorter cannon. And why did he need a mech? Now, if you put this with the Avengers Final Battle, the portal scene that came out in March, it's just, or no, it came out in May, or I don't know when it came out. If you put these sets side by side, seeing this is meant to be like an add-on to that set, you're going to have a War Machine mech next to the Ant-Man mech, and the Ant-Man mech is supposed to be Giant Man, so it doesn't really make any sense, and I hope I'm making sense with what I'm saying, but it's just very confusing. Safe to say, I will not be buying this. Unless, of course, I can get it on discount. And by discount, I mean discounted. Not just like $10 off, because even then $55 is way too much for this. Up next, we have Peter Parker's apartment, which will retail for $64.99 Canadian. And overall, this set looks fairly nice, if not a bit overpriced. The apartment building looks like a generic, townhouse apartment building you might find in New York. And I do like that it's modular to go with, like, the Across the Spider-Verse set and this new Oscorp, which I'll get to in a moment. It is a bit overpriced, but not as bad as some other sets. I am, of course, talking about the Captain America Brave New World Red Hulk battle. If you've seen some of my videos before, you obviously know I hated the price on that set. And this set does have some fairly good minifigs in it. Of course, Spider-Man and Anti-Venom are both repeats from the Spider-Man mech, but that's to be expected. Not every minifig is going to be exclusive, especially when you have some other sets that will be coming down in the wave that I think are 10 times better than this. But as far as exclusive minifigs go, this set does have some banners, being Mary Jane, and this is the first Mary Jane, comic book Mary Jane we've got since I think 2012, 2013. So that's great, and I think they did a good job on her. I do think the torso is a reuse from Yasmina from Jurassic World Chaos Theory, but I'm not really complaining. And then we have Hobgoblin, who I think only ever came in Ghost Rider and Spider-Man team-up set in 2016 or 2017. And he looks amazing. I love that they used the Moon Knight headpiece, hood piece for him. Although I do wish his cape was cloth. And his glider, while good, I think the one in the Oscorp set is a bit better. Beyond that, this set is pretty good for what you're getting. And moving on. Up next, we have the Spider-Man vs. Doc Ock subway train battle, which will retail for $64.99. And once again, this set is a bit overpriced, but I will accept it with this set in particular for reasons that I'm going to get into. The first one being, it is our first set based off of Spider-Man 2 since the movie came out in 2004. And the second reason mainly being, I just love trains. This is something I would love to put on my shelf, and I think they did an amazing job, building it up. It looks really good. Sure, there are some Technic connector holes in it, but that doesn't really take away from the design. If anything, it adds onto it. And then the minifigs are really good because all 4 of them are exclusive. They changed the coloring of Doc Ock's jacket from No Way Home, gave him a different hairpiece, and gave him these amazing, robot arms for his octopus arms, I guess. Peter Parker, also great. They added the tears in his chest, in his suit from the movie scene, as well as gave him a brand new face print for the Peter Parker aspect instead of just reusing the generic one that's used on Ant-Man and Hawkeye and Han Solo. Then, these 2 minifigs not really needed, but they're really nice, being J. Jonah Jameson and Aunt May, both of which are also exclusive. And even though they didn't appear in the scene in the movie, I think LEGO added them in as more of a callback to the original set, which also had the 2 of them. This set will probably be a day 1 purchase for me, even if it is a bit expensive, because, I can't really resist a good train set and Marvel, both of which are my weaknesses, kind of, as well as LEGO on top of that, so this set's just targeted directly at me. I do think this set can be made so that if you buy multiple of it, you can connect them and make one long subway train. I probably will not be doing that because that will get really expensive. But beyond that, this set is pretty near perfect. Up next, we have the Avengers Age of Ultron Quinjet, which is probably one of my favorite Quinjets that have appeared in movies. I don't currently own a Quinjet, so I am very tempted to get this set. It'll cost $49.99 Canadian. And like I said, it's one of my favorite Quinjets. I don't think the original set from 2015 did a good enough job, but this set just looks astonishing. I haven't seen the interior, but the exterior looks great. I love that they've been giving these big Quinjets and Guardians of the Galaxy ships display stands to put them on. and, angle and all that. And then the minifigs in this set look great as well, being Iron Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye, which is a personal favorite of mine, Quicksilver, and a brand new Ultron. They could have took the easy route and, just reused the one from the mech, gave it the comic book Ultron, but I am glad that they made a new one based off of the movie. This set I might buy, I might not buy. I'm kind of on the fence because I don't know where I'd put it. It's not that I don't want it, it's just I don't know if I'd have the room for it, especially seeing there are some other sets I'm already gearing up to buy. It's gonna just take time to decide if I'm gonna get it. And then finally we have Oscorp, which will retail for $169.99 Canadian. And this is what a playset should look like. Not overcomplicated, just very plain and simple. A very fun thing for a kid to set up, play with, put away. You know what I mean. This set, I think, did an amazing job as what it should be. Again, a bit overpriced. It only has like 800 pieces. It really should be like 130 max. However, I am probably willing to fork the extra $30. It's not perfect, but it is what it is. The minifig selection in this set is pretty good, being Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales, Julia Carpenter, Spider-Woman, Norman Osborn, a brand new exclusive Green Goblin, which is more of like a suit, metallic Iron Man style suit than anything. More in line with the Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies than the comic books. And then, for the first time as far as I'm aware, Eddie Brock, so technically a new Venom, although not really. As well as a technically exclusive Kraven the Hunter, who for some reason uses Stephen Strange's face, which I find kind of odd. This set, I feel, could have gone without, the little jewelry store and the mini mart, and then just focused solely on, Oscorp as a whole. But I understand they want more little shops that you can move around and stuff for your criminals to rob from and Spider-Man to come and stop them. This set is connectable with, Spider-Man's apartment and the deli from the Into the Spider-Verse set. And I understand Lego's trying this new thing. I think it's working fairly well. Just, I find every single modular for it is a bit expensive. If they could have just had Oscorp on its own and, lowered the price just a little more, I think this set would have been 10 times better. And, of course, if they used a new face for Kraven instead of reusing one that's on a different character in the same lineup. Other than that, I don't really have any complaints. This has been my video. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more stuff like this in the future. Bye!